Hey, Sandra, it's so nice to see you. Can you tell everyone a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and your business?
Thank you for having me, Tina. I live here in Vero Beach, which is on the other side from you, but I know there's a lot of differences. Vero Beach is been discovered, but it's not as touristy or anything yet, and I don't
Mhm.
think it ever will. We don't have high risers. There's a certain height limitation, just that because when you drive over the bridge to the beach, that everyone can see the beach right then
Wow.
and there. So it's very special. I like to say time ticks different in Vero.
Hmm.
Just like, of course, when we get into season where all the snowbirds coming, there is,
Hmm.
if you're like more than two or four people, a little bit of waiting period at restaurants.
Hmm.
But if you're just a couple, it's easy to get in with a short period. Or, we have 14th Street. There's like a couple restaurants almost next to each other, a block apart, and you just
Hmm.
put in your phone number and then go to the next one. And whoever calls first, that's where you're going to have dinner that night. It's not as packed as other areas. And they offer a lot of free events for the people. We have, I think in February is the Garden Fest on a weekend. And the biggest one is Under the Oaks.
Hmm.
It's an art festival where from all the United States, artists come and showcase the art and they have to be approved. So it's really spectacular art sometimes, nothing you've ever seen. And it attracts about 60,000 people. It's funny on that weekend, you have people from Orlando and other areas come by
Hmm.
and look at the art and buy the art. So it's very quaint. Gloria Estefan has a hotel up here, Costa de Este, and they
Hmm.
also have a residence up here. So during the pandemic, they fled actually Miami and stayed up here because they knew it's kind of like a bubble. We had way less numbers because we're so protected a little bit, not so much traffic than other areas have. That's the beauty of Vero.
How far are you from Miami to give people an idea?
Roughly like three, depending on the traffic and which,
Hmm.
if you take Turnpike or if you take I-95,
Hmm.
I put in, even if I know where I'm going, I put it in Google because it tells you, the
Exactly.
fastest route and redirects you.
Hmm.
Next week, we have the Art Basel down there. I'm going there.
Hmm.
And that's what I do because it's going to be insane traffic wise
Hmm.
going on the island. But Palm Beach is about, and
Oh,
Orlando
wow.
is about an hour and a
Hmm.
half, like roughly, I would say airport wise.
Hmm. So
Then
you're
gives you
easily
a good,
accessible from all these major hubs of Florida, sounds like.
yes.
Yeah. Hmm.
And people like that it's not as the infrastructure is not as busy, literally, because that's what makes the difference
Hmm.
living here. It's very
Yeah.
family friendly. So we have no clubs. You have to go either south or you go up north. Sometimes people call us Zero Beach, which is fine. But that's what makes it so beautiful, so quiet, and you have less honking. I've been in New York the other day, and it's just I like the other day, fell asleep, but I was at the traffic light turned green, and I was in my head somewhere else, and I realized two cars already passed me, and the person behind me didn't honk the horn. It's just nice. Like I was like, "Oops, I gotta go." Yeah.
Hmm. Well, let's talk about real estate there then. You said it's, not a lot of high rises. So I'm
No.
guessing it's more low rises, villas, single family homes. Is that what the case is?
Yes, we do have like the spires are the ones that are the highest. There's the two buildings that we have that are the highest
Hmm.
and will only be, I believe they have 9 floors.
Hmm. Okay.
But both of the bridges that we have coming from the mainland, when you drive over them, you see
Hmm.
the beaches.
Hmm.
Literally, you can see it from all the way atop, and that's what we love about it. So they do have here standards. It's also something super extreme modern
Hmm.
or something. I think they would not allow to build that here. They want it like quaint,
Hmm.
um, beautiful, keeping the charm that it has. We do
Like
have
an
like
old
still,
Florida.
yeah, we still have certain areas where the roads are not paved just
Wow.
because to preserve the oak trees, because
Oh
it
my gosh.
kills the trees when the roots, or I mean like then you have also the problem with the roots pushing
Hmm.
up the pavement.
Hmm. Now let's talk about your buyers and sellers there. Are they mostly people that have second homes, or are they full-time residents? What's the
We have a good amount of number with full-time residents, but it's
Mhm.
it's a lot of second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth home
Mhm.
buyers that are just coming down for season. And I always say we have like two seasons almost now. In October, the first round of people come down, taking off the white blanket of the furniture, getting ready, but then often leave again
Mhm.
for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then come back.
Mhm.
So
Come
usually
back in
historic,
January. Mhm.
yeah, we start seeing a lot of activity like hitting January when it comes to real estate,
Mhm.
especially like if it's not a primary residence, I say there will be zero showings as soon as we hit Thanksgiving till next year.
Mhm. Now let's talk about activities in Vero Beach. You talked about the cultural side of it. What else is there? Are there a lot of golf communities? Is it pickleball, or are those water sports popular?
Yes, well, water sports, we have like one country club that is also a yacht club, which
Hmm.
you can become a member. It's not just here in Vero Beach, the moorings. So there's in other states that you can go with your yacht and you have
Hmm.
the same privilege as you have here. We do have a good amount of country clubs that have, golf courses, but there are also some public golf courses that you can go to or um yeah, participate. But it's more or less a lot of golf. And we
Okay.
have polo.
Hmm.
Polo is
Oh.
something too that we have. We have Windsor,
Hmm.
that primarily started it, and we always sponsor. Like in March, we have a polo game.
Hmm. Oh, very
We can bring
nice.
our clients along.
That's something that that is not big in Naples, so that's a difference. We don't have a lot of, we have some, but not a lot of equestrian communities here. So yeah. So I know you have a very special listing too. I'd love for you to share it with us.
Yes.
So this one's right on the beach, is it not?
Yes, this one is, and as you can see, it is nestled within state preserve. So
Wow.
it's right next to it and across.
Hmm.
Technically, it can never be built. You have like all the oceanfront, all is yours. The
Hmm.
public beaches are like good amount away from that. So it's really rare that you get a straggler walking by,
Hmm.
um, or something. I've been so many times to the house and I have seen only 5 times like someone walking up there. But
Right.
it's a very, very unique property for our area.
Mhm.
Um,
What year was it built?
2020.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's only 3 years old, has a whole home generator. I mean, you
Hmm.
see that the staircase is going up to the third floor observation room where you can see the river and the ocean, and you can see the space shuttle launch for up in Cape Canaveral
Now, how big is
Space
how many
Center.
bedrooms is this? It looks
Has
incredible.
5 bedrooms,
Hmm.
all en suites,
Hmm.
well, except for one. And then you have a media room and a fitness room as well.
Hmm.
And then it has like an indoor outdoor room, we like to call it. That is that when you have Thanksgiving and you have family come by and you have maybe grandkids that are sleeping upstairs, there's a pocket slider because you would go past here.
Hmm.
That's where basically the indoor outdoor room is, which has a full bathroom and sitting area, dining area. But you can entertain and you can close it, have a baby monitor, and the babies can sleep up there
Hmm.
and don't get, interrupted.
Oh, it certainly is beautiful. What is the list price on this one?
It's listed at 22 million.
Wow, certainly an extraordinary property. Well, we'll be sure to share
Yes.
that.
Thank you. Yes, there's nothing like that in our area,
Wow.
especially like Vero Beach, because
Mhm.
you don't have anything with straight state preserve. This
Mhm.
was very, very lucky.
Mhm.
When they started buying up the land, there was a tiny residence on this property at that time, so they couldn't buy it. And that was torn down, and my client bought the land, and
Mhm.
then I introduced him to the builder,
And built this estate. Wow,
and this is what they came up with. It's
incredible.
truly, I have not seen anything, and everyone, it's like I love when you open the door and the people see the beach through the
Mhm.
house. It's all
Mhm.
glass. And I just watched your faces. It's really incredible. And all these glass sliding doors by the dining table, they fold. And
Mhm.
you have a screen inside. And then the
Oh.
other side, there should be a photo coming up. The other side is all that's the bathroom from that
Mhm.
side. These doors on that side completely open too, like full. So that's why we call it oh bummer, there's nothing in that order. That's why I call it inside outside room, because you
Mhm.
can open everything, and on one side you have a lot of landscape. So you'd probably close it off with a screen so that
Mhm.
the lizards stay outside and the mosquitoes in the evening. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's made for entertaining and family. So they love having the family there. Everyone has their own room. They
Yeah.
can stay as long as they want.
And the view doesn't even look real. It looks like a painting. It's absolutely
Yes,
stunning.
that's the master.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing this, and thank you for sharing so much about Vero Beach.
My
Um,
pleasure. Thank
yeah,
you.
I hope we can work together, and I look forward to connecting more.
Likewise.
All right, take care, Sandra.
Thank you. You too.